hair keeps dripping. I think we're good. My soundboard was just off. Thank you for letting me know, because I did not see it at all. So I appreciate it. You hear me now? All right, perfect. Perfect. I did put a poll out if you guys want to answer it. Got 40 people in here. As soon as you get in here, you know what to do. Like it up. That's what it's all about. I get up around 4:45 for work. You'll be up early as hell. Yeah, I do get up pretty early. It was earlier. I was doing videos before. Once we start seeing this really make a huge impact, then I will start going live a little bit more. It's just I try and get some stuff done early in the morning, because I'm up anyways. But I try and get some stuff done early in the morning. But then if you when the stock starts to go, crazy, obviously I'll be live whenever that's going crazy. Morning, Matt. What's the news for AMC except that we have a legit lawyer working on our case? I don't know. I don't think we have much news right now. I mean, the stock is just increasing. We could see that they were still shorting it yesterday, even though we've seen it up 7.69%. Right, they're going to continue to short it just so we don't skyrocket, we don't move too fast. But I don't know what this is. Is it a class action lawsuit or like what type? Because there's nothing like, I don't know, legally that we can do or prove, right now, from what I'm understanding. But there may be more. In the after hours market, we tested that $40 mark that I thought we were going to test during the open. Seeing that double top and then not really making it back, that's obviously a pattern that I'm well aware of. But then you could see that we did test $40 and it did fall back down in the after hours market. Red every day. They're taking advantage of this FUD and shorting everything. Matt, do you remember what I said the other day? No, I don't remember. Happy Friday, let's make some money. What did you say? I don't remember. Morning, everyone. Today is the Green Friday, AMC to 200 today. Matt, how do you place yourself inside the picture live? Super cool. So I have a green screen behind me, and then Streamlabs OBS does the rest. Yeah, I was trying to see if I don't know. It seems like Matt and Trey have like a good setup or whatever, but I always think green screens just, I don't know, they just feel good. They look cool. I can always place myself here and move around and still have the ability to see things rather than moving the picture. I could just move myself and still see more of the picture. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. I don't know. I just like it. I said about how we were gonna be red until late Thursday afternoon and green Friday. You said no. Well, I don't think we were. I mean, you were close because it wasn't Thursday afternoon. I mean, we were green right from the start, and then we kind of resisted at certain points. But then, yes, we did turn red late Thursday afternoon, and then we started to go green. So, yes and no. But I was usually I'm hoping no. I can never you can never 100% predict what's going on. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. That's just what happens. That's the nature of the game. Good morning, Matt. Happy Friday. Yes, we will go green today. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. Um, when do you think is the best time to buy today? Typically, the best time to buy, typically, which I was surprised about yesterday, the best time usually to buy is right in the open of the pre-market or the open of the market, because you're going to see this dip down usually, and then you're going to see a little bit of an increase. The fact that we saw an increase yesterday, then consolidation and more of an increase was pretty crazy not to see it completely pull back after increasing that much. That means that we had a lot of buying strength, and they obviously brought it back with some sort of shorting strength at that moment. Once you've seen the volume deplete a little bit, somewhere around the end of that first hour or close to the end of the first hour, you started to see it fall down, and that's where you started to see them short so that they can bring this price down without as much buying strength that's going into it. Then once you see it drop down a little bit more, you did have some more buying strength that went into it, maybe some covering on their end, returning some shares, and then seeing it get up to 37 again, resisting and bringing that down quite a bit. So a lot of times if you create a scenario to where people will think that it's more bearish action, just like a double top, that's where you'll see some selling that's going on with day traders and swing traders. And then you'll also see maybe, I would say, a very small percentage, like 0.05% of apes that are probably going to end up selling some of their position because of the double top and looking to buy in at this lower point so that they can buy more shares. That's exactly what they probably did. We're good. So, morning, man. What's your just give me some slack. I say we would start buying cycle Friday. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's always a time where people are right and wrong. I'm wrong, I'm right. And a lot of times I hope that I'm right because I'm pushing for the most positive thing to happen, but not every time. Yours is the best. Thank you. Thank you. You're talking about my green screen. Thank you. I'm down $5,000 currently. Yeah, I was down 14. Well, I'm down a lot more than that over the time where it was hitting its peak. I was down 20 something thousand. I mean, I'm still up either way. I just decreased with the amount that I had in AMC, if that makes sense. So well, as it started to fall down, I bought more of AMC, but now I'm sitting on about, I believe someone called out, I believe it's like $12,000 of my initial investment, $12,000 of my initial investment. So I can use that. Well, I obviously use that towards ZOM and used it towards SOS and also used it towards Doge. But yeah, so I just hope ZOM makes a move back. It's down to 60 cents. I don't know where it is now, but it was down to 60 cents. I can make a little bit of a move back. Wish I had enough to buy more right now, because that would be great. I don't know why I brought up two charts if it's just going to pull up on this chart. But AMC up 4%. It's up to $37.50. Matt, what's going on? Morning, Matt. What's your opinion on all the news on the new post about the apes we use, like Weeble, having fees or owned with certain money makers we are fighting against? I'm not sure. I haven't heard of that. I'm not also understanding. The market for small cap and growth has been trashed since February. Yeah. I would say not since February. I would say since March. We've seen March is where everything started to really decrease. February, it was kind of in like more of a consolidation phase, you did have some pushes, and you actually had some pretty good moves with other positions in March, in the beginning of March. But once we seen, I think it was closer to the middle of March, where you seen Zomedica, decrease because they released Trueforma early. And then you've seen a whole bunch of other positions drop down quite a bit around that time. So it's ridiculous. Yes, they have been trash around that time, basically. Down 100K from the peak. Not even stressed because I have followed the data and the numbers from the beginning. I bought the dip and averaged up. That's awesome. Being down 100K is not easy. Just know that people are down quite a bit. Obviously, you're probably up overall, but you're still like down from the peak from 100K. You could have used that 100K and put it in at 30. That would have been phenomenal, right? If you could have taken literally everything that you had out at 77 and then put that back in at 30. You know what I mean? Like, that gives you way more shares than what you have. And I know that's technically like being greedy, but a lot of times when you see somewhere where you can cover maybe your initial investment or a little bit more than that, you can put some of that money that was your initial investment in at the lows. That's what a lot of people end up doing. All brokers slash apps pretty much deal with Citadel, even though Fidelity does not or doesn't. Use PFF. For order flow. I was just wondering what the they still send majority of their orders to Citadel. You can't really get away from it. Good morning, guys. Big things happening. There's more than 30 million FTDs in June. That's crazy. Matt, when you see my name in the chat, do you remember it? Sort of. Yes. Yes, I remember everybody that's a member. I just don't remember everything everybody says. Buy low and sell at the squeeze. I'm looking forward to the squeeze. Let's talk about this. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it too. I released an exit strategy video. I want to release those, every now and then, because I think people need to understand what's going on with exit strategies. I know a lot of people will get stuck in certain places, and a lot of people also won't know where the high point is, where that peak point is, and trying to predict exactly where the peak point is really difficult. And I don't want people to just get stuck in the fact that it's it's like not the peak point, or it hit the peak point and now it's on the way down, and then they're thinking, oh well, you know what, it's going to go up, and they're stuck bag holding. Now, I won't be the one to tell you whether it has hit its true peak point. I'll give you all the information, and by the time we give you all that information that hits our desk, it may be over, so you kind of have to do that, for yourself, where the peak point actually will be. We'll see it go up rapidly, but once we start seeing things like, shorts, covering a hell of a lot, the short interest going down, I guess below, maybe 5%, then we'll start to see some numbers, some movement, and be able to predict some things. But like I said, by the time we see that, it may be too late. And this is why it's so difficult to predict the peak. I sit here and tell people all the time, hey, I'm not telling you to sell all of your position on the way up, or all of your position, at certain points. I'm just telling you to, pull a little bit out. Whatever you're comfortable with gaining at the peak, then keep that there. For me, at the peak, if it gets to, $10,000 worth, I would love to just keep $100. You know what I mean? Everything else would move. So, by the time it gets to $5,000 worth, I would be sitting on 500 or maybe like 500 shares or so. Who really knows? Depending on what the pullback is and what it's looking like. True, but I have 2,495 shares. Average $7.92. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You have an average of $7.92. The thing is when you when you get to 77 and you sell at 77, yes, it does adjust your cost basis when you buy back in. If you buy back in at 30, now your cost basis is 30, but your wash cost basis will actually be somewhere around, let's say, $6, because of the fact that you originally bought in, or your original investment was whatever at $7.92, or maybe even lower, and you're actually increasing the amount of shares that you have. So technically your cost basis is a lot lower. Does that make sense? But it's very difficult to be able to predict the peak. That's why I always say, take some out. Obviously for my situation, it was something where it was maybe taken out a little bit too early. It was something that stuck to my strategy, but taken out a little bit too early, so that if I wanted it to pull back, it didn't pull back. It's not even getting close to that level of $20. So, but either way, I mean, if you find a peak point, right, and it's going to pull back, you're going to have that resistance because of it being overbought or whatever, take like 100 out or whatever you feel, put that back in there at lower amounts, put the total amount back in there at lower amounts, because that $100 up at $77 is worth $7,700, or the 100 shares, sorry, and the 100 shares down at $30 is worth $3,000. So you're basically going to be able to buy 200 shares, 250 or 225 shares, right? I believe that's right. 233, something like that. You'll be able to buy a lot. That's what I'm saying, compared to what you had. So I saw your tweet about AMC versus VW chart. I think we were at the beginning. I don't see it dropping enough for that big squeeze. Just for my 2 cents. Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, yeah, if we continue to drop back to previous levels where we were maybe before, if we get back down to 4, then that's a possibility that we could see that completely increase to crazy amounts, and that would be great. But we're starting to see this come back, and I don't know if it will hold this comeback, because people are still thinking, from what I'm getting, some people are thinking that it's going to be a bad Friday, that we're going to see a red Friday, that we're not going to see a green Friday, because typically we see a red Friday. Thoughts on Zomedica? I'm still strong on Zomedica. I still have my 7,000 shares. It's mainly just that momentum play that's going to end up moving whenever we see AMC come back. The market, a lot of times when the market is down quite a bit, you're going to see a lot of these small cap stocks get hit really hard. And that got hit pretty hard. SOS got hit pretty hard. There was a lot of positions that got hit very, very hard. And we're going to see those come back once we start to see things take a turn. So that's what we're waiting for. All right. So we have 277 people in here, 72 likes. Get this up to 100 likes. That would be amazing. My friend average on Zom is 217. Yeah, that's pretty high. I do believe that it's going to make a move. Like I said, for me, I'm looking for different resistance points. And if I see a firm resistance point, or I see the stock looking like it's going to resist somewhere around 130, that's where I'm going to make a move to pull some out to put it back in lower, because I would love to get, obviously, I would be putting everything back in there, so I would be getting more shares. But I would love to be able to get in. At the $60 mark, I would have loved to be able to get in at that point. And it did get up to above my cost basis at one point, but it started to really pull back. I think it was at like $1.04, but $1.04 is not like enough of a move. I thought we were going to see it go back to 90, maybe 80 something, and then push back up. But going down to 60, it's just a lot of stocks got hit pretty hard. We lower up, so we don't think they're going to short today. Might be the day to go in on AMC, not financial advice. Possibly. What do you think? What would be conservative price target? 2K. A conservative price target would probably be 1K. And that's more conservative. I would say if you're looking for an overall price target, then that's something where it's going to be very difficult to do. I would say you look for maybe smaller price targets on the way up, and it's not something where you're getting out of everything, because if you have, let's say, 3,000 shares and you sell it at $3,000, that might be a point to where people aren't actually buying, but hedge funds are covering. So your money's not really gonna, or your share's not really gonna be used unless obviously it's by the hedge fund. So it's something where you always want to understand how likely is it that people will buy these stocks back, at this price. If you sell 20 shares, how likely is it that somebody will buy it back at $2,000? Probably, because you're only selling 20 shares. If you sell 2,000 shares, how likely is it that someone will buy those stocks? If someone was actually trying to buy, it's probably less likely for someone to buy 2,000 shares, or even a bunch of people to buy 2,000 shares worth of a $2,000 stock. Also a great transportation sector dividend stock. You're looking for something to hold for a long term. It typically trades sideways, which is what dividend investors look for. Oh, you're talking about USDP. Still about 80% upside if anyone is looking for a post-pandemic play. Interesting. Very interesting. Doesn't really have a lot of volume to it. Very spotty movement. Let's see what the 6 months look like. Well, it definitely has positive movement though in the last 6 months. From January all the way until now, you really didn't see a true impact. Back when we saw impacts to a lot of the small cap stocks, you're seeing that increase all the way to $7.52. Pretty good, and staying up pretty much at that point. Hope this falls into the 20s so I can load up. I understand what you're saying. Been profit for months, just with bigger rips and dips. Yeah, I mean it's safer to probably play it a certain way, to where you're holding, I guess, everything. I've just always been conditioned to pull a little bit out at some of the peaks so that I can put more in at the bottom if it's possible. And then basically own more shares of a position that we do believe is going to increase. There have been a number of people that have come through the stream that I've talked to that said that they increased their share count from like hundreds to thousands, and it's awesome to be able to see that, because now you own a really big part, or not a really big part, but a bigger part of AMC or GME or whatever your position that you're in. Do you think we are going to resist at 100 or just blow right through it? I'm thinking we charge through like Kanye West with a groupie. Okay. I think we're actually going to push through it. Like you said, I think we're going to push through it, and I think it's going to go to something like 120 before we see it pull back. Probably somewhere around like 115, 116. And then we're going to start to see it pull back a little bit under 100, maybe to like 80 something, or a previous support level of 70. But I would imagine it's going to be somewhere around 80 to where we pull back. And that's what I'm going to look for, because that is one of the points. Maybe I'll pull out like 50 shares. and then put it back in if when it does decrease below 100. Now, at certain levels, we will break through all of these resistance points that a lot of people like to focus on. Like people will like to focus on like for something to get to $1 or get to $100. If you notice, people end up selling somewhere around the 70-ish mark. So Dogecoin sold at 76 cents. AMC sold at 77 cents. I would imagine that it's going to be that 3/4 of the way there type of thing that a lot of people end up selling their position at. Do you know what I mean? And it's not selling all of it, it's just like pulling out some of it to get in lower. You know what I mean? Because we're at a higher point and it looks like it's resisting. So they pull out a little bit. A number and price point exit strategy. That's awesome. Your stream keeps buffering for me. Is it buffering for anybody else? Not sure if it's on my side or yours. I don't see any issues with mine right now. I gotta skip some. Send you an email. A few people in Citadel tell me to slow up on the cocaine and hooker purchases because because they will need the cash to pay apes. Wonder if I will get an answer from anyone. You sent me an email? I mean, I check it, but not something that I expect people just to send me personal emails. Unless it's a business account, so I won't expect anybody to send me anything like that. Oh, you sent them an email. Is that what you did? No, not me an email. You sent an email. Okay, perfect. Trying to stop a corrupt multi-million $100 company from putting a stock into oblivion doesn't take much work, but it's honest work. You're right. What do you think about getting into water and agriculture? I don't know. For the long term, I mean, I'm not really the only long term plays I play are very safe for me, where I gain a dividend while also looking at the growth of the stock. That's pretty much all I look for. So if it doesn't have a dividend, which it looks like it does, I mean, it's not really a bad move. Let's look at, I guess, the growth. Dividends are always great. The growth of it is phenomenal. That growth never stops. And obviously it's because it's an ETF. But I mean, you're kind of on the upper half of this ETF. So if you're looking at, yes, you can gain a dividend out of it, but if you're also looking for growth of the position, I'm not sure that you'll see, like, you're not going to be able to see it like double, triple, quadruple by the time you end up selling that ETF. So it's good. It looks like a good play. I don't know what let's not look at your day. Let's look at max. Yeah, you've seen nothing but really upside here. After that dip, you've seen nothing but upside. And I always like to get into ETFs that are kind of newer. This is why I have a thing called ETF Watch. AMC and GME fight with hedges in the wall and Wall Street bet. Bless me. Thank you. That was a while ago, so I must be behind. You fell for the hedges. A fuffle? Super play besides initial run. Good morning, everyone. Apparently what? Matt, you might want to go subs only soon. Yeah, I will. Or members only. I am subs only. I'm gonna go members only soon. You got to stop those FUD packers. I don't know what that means. Good morning. Great day to be. Okay, perfect. Here we go. First horrible message. Members only. It is. Not even gonna worry about the rest of them. So if you had a question you wanted to ask me, please ask it. Uh, can each stock reach 1,000, or is it just fake news? It can happen this month. Can each stock reach 1,000? Yes. You're saying AMC and GME? Both of them can reach 1,000 easily. I don't know if they will both reach the same point when it comes to the peak point, but I know they will reach higher and higher numbers. Um, I do firmly believe in them getting to at least 1,000. I think 1,000 is the floor for both of them. You caught coronavirus? Yeah, that's horrible. Hopefully, you don't have any like underlying conditions. I tweeted some big news. Not sure if you saw it. I pinned it. I pinned it to my profile. Probably not. I'm like the only one that has to like find a way to remove himself from um, YouTube and social media and all that stuff because of the fact that I like to spend time with the kids. So I'm always looking to spend time with them and spend time with the wife rather than doing all that. My prediction for today, 6 minutes ago. Hopefully, Rockets. It looks like an endless arrow. Yeah, it looks like an endless arrow here. You gotta figure out where does it end. Yeah, I don't see anything. What was the question again? Are you coming to Miami after the squeeze to celebrate? I don't know. Um, we'll have to see because obviously the kids. We have to worry about the kids. I also sent it to your Facebook Messenger. Okay, I have to check that out. I tweeted some big things. Thank you for your answer. What is the fact? What is the facts that can create the squeeze in AMC? I respect respect for you to do that. Like your opinion behind this? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors. I mean, we have to obviously have buying strength that goes into the position. Not too much buying strength because we're holding a lot, right? So the factors that go into it is the fact that we are holding, 70 plus to 80% of the float. If not, we can get to more than that as well. Um, we do have the shorts that are continuously increasing their short position. Also, the naked shorts that we can't really track how much is actually out there, but they're bringing the stock down to lower and lower levels. When you see enough people holding a stock, supply and demand rules just tell you that when you have a supply that's a lot less and people are looking to buy this position up, then that means that the price needs to go up. So the fact that the price is going down is showing you false information, a false view on it, which means that there's a bunch of lies that are going on. And that's the main purpose of this. It's very simple. It's just literally the fact that we're holding, they're shorting. We're holding a massive amount, they're shorting a massive amount. And they're not putting that picture in front of us, because if they did put that picture in front of us, it would be a clear view to what's going on. Because I would imagine if this was all done, out in the open, they're shorting well over, 50%, maybe even get it to the point to where they're shorting over 100%, right? But we can't prove that. Hey there, just woke up recently, Matthew. How's your morning? It's going pretty good. AMC's up 4% right now. I don't know what GME is up. Hopefully, it's up quite a bit. GME is up 4% as well, up to 173. So that's good. So I guess my day's going good. Hey Matt, how do you see the market open playing out? We'll have to get a little bit further into it, but we've seen some Fridays that have started out green in the pre-market and then started to fall. And what we're seeing in the in this after hours market / pre-market, right? You've seen this decrease quite a bit, and then at the open of the pre-market, it started to increase to where it did start to fall down. And you look at this line; it's creating a downward trajectory. Besides that spike that you do see there, so it's not really showing the best picture. When it comes to the movement here, you are seeing a decent amount of volume, and you'll probably see more as you get to 701, 801. You'll see it get, to probably a million plus, 2 million plus, and we'll see that just make a move. But right now, it's not looking good unless we see something create a higher high and not a lower high, because it's creating lower highs and lower lows after you see this high. Because this was just movement here, right? I don't consider anything in here being a high. This is a high, this is a high, this is a low, this is a low. You're creating that higher or lower lows and lower highs. So that's what I want it to break before it ends up making that move. At night, I'm dreaming of AMC peaking to reaching 100K. Yeah, every morning that I wake up, I'm like, this is gonna be the day. It looks like it's buffering for me now. Just bought another 100 ZOM just now. You get to 1,000 shares before it gets to $1.10, $1.30. For some reason, my tweets are all messed up, but Facebook Messenger works when I send. Yeah, I'll have to check it. I wanted to be a day trader. Yeah, so many people do. It's just really tough. It's really tough to do that because you got to have discipline. If you're not disciplined and you think it's just going to be a point to where you make $3,000 a day, I mean, it's something that you have to think twice about. Yes, we can prove it, Matt. That is in the article I sent you. Let's look. It's important. Read and share it with. All right, yeah, I'll have to. I think I might have a meeting today, so I might not be able to stay on literally all the way until um, 9. I hope. But I know it's been a pretty busy month because things have just been jam packed with a lot of data, a lot of stuff. Oh, now I'm hungry. Perfect. Let me see if I do have something. I have something at 12. Okay, so we should be good then. Um, the Dogecoin is at 17 cents is a good buying opportunity. I think anything really below that 20-cent mark is a good buying opportunity. Um, it's really good. I think it got down to 16 cents earlier. I don't know exactly what it got down to because I haven't been looking at it. I've just been getting alerts and stuff because a lot of things are down quite a bit. And again, I see this as great buying opportunities for a lot of things. So let's look at Dogecoin. Litecoin is down to 121. Because it recently got down. No, it's just 17. It didn't get down to 16. So it got down to 17 cents, almost 18. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Creates more of a buying opportunity. More and more of a buying opportunity. I feel Shiba is still a good crypto. I I don't know. I don't see it as the best crypto. I mean, it could make a move, but I don't see it making too much of a move because the amount of supply is too high. Did you watch Matt K's interview with Wes Christensen? I think I watched the last like 5 minutes. I didn't watch the whole thing. Meetings suck. Yeah, they kind of do, but you have to deal with them. I'm gonna blow my nose in a second. All right, I think we're good. Perfect. Um, did you? I just read that. I have 4 children myself. I could take y'all on the island. I got a boat, 32 footer. Well, not really a boat person. Logical levels are 45 and 50. Will we take a later kick to start buying pressure upward? and break toward 62 and possibly test 70. Yeah, I would love for it to make a really big move because I still have my option at 47. It's not really doing anything for me right now. Anyone bet on sports? Stocks and sports betting go together. But I don't think we're just betting on um on AMC move up. We know that these are going to make these moves. It's just when is it going to happen? I would say options are more like um, what you're betting. You're betting for it to go above a certain price, um, you know, in a certain period of time. And yeah, I would say that's more like betting. But with holding the stock, I don't think that's considered betting, in my opinion. Take a look at the options list there. It's actually insane how much money hedges these are going to lose today. Well, hopefully that's the case. I gotta learn how to do options. I have an options video that's supposed to be coming out. I'm having trouble editing it. I haven't found a lot of time to put into editing. This is why I don't edit my videos now. I literally just record them and post them. You get with Twitch. What amount do you think AMC can stay above $40 this weekend? Um, that's from Sunday. I do think waiting on your phone. Yeah, I understand. Um, awesome. I bought $10.13. Should I sell now or hold? ENN at $1.13. How much did you buy of it? That's always the question. $1.13. Did you buy on the way down? If you bought on the way down, then you're getting closer and closer to different levels. But 113 probably wouldn't have been the best time to buy. I would have said that one of these levels of maybe 102, $1, or even getting down to a level of 92 cents would have been the best time to buy the position before you see it make some sort of a move. Now, I don't think it's just something where you should just sell it. I mean, it's a low enough position where you can buy more, as long as you do see some positivity in the movement. I can definitely see something in the chart. The only thing is this downward movement from, I guess, the beginning of June all the way until, or the middle of June all the way until the middle of July is not really the best look. Seeing it fall down consistently for about a month it's not really the best look, but we have seen this previously with a lot of other positions. I would say, um, in my opinion, it's always great to, if you bought in at a certain point and you feel as though you reached your loss um, limit, then go ahead and sell and get in whatever you feel is going to be the low or whenever you see it on the upside. But yeah, it's totally up to you. Typically, it creates discipline if you want to, if you're going to get out with a small loss. So that's usually what I would say. Just get out with a small loss and then, play the play whenever you feel like it's on the way up. Gotta learn how to do options. Yeah, like I said, I have an options video. I need to learn options because I don't have a choice. What I did there? Got you. I got you. That's a joke I would have made. And Erica wouldn't have laughed. I have 500 shares of AMC at an average of target price. I made almost a day without. I'm in the dreaded $200 a month. Yeah, I mean it's still a hefty amount because you would have made um you would have made $5,200. Morning, Matt. Enjoyed your reaction to Whelan's attack on Trey. Did you see that Whelan has now turned off his like to dislike count on his channel? No, I haven't, but that's exactly what you do when it's so high. No matter what, it creates uh engagement if people like and dislike, but it's always funny to see people have so many dislikes. Because I've been there. I've had a lot of dislikes on a number of videos. I've never had a point to where I've been 4%. Did you? Yeah, I did see that. I did see it. I was watching. I don't know if they're technically losing money because options are would be in the money. They would just be there would be a lot of people that are probably going to put some of that money that they gain into AMC shares. And how many are out of it? Can you get your brother in the live stream sometime? It might trigger him to get out some content. Yeah, I don't understand what he's doing. It's not really difficult for him to make content. I've showed him the way to do it, and I just think I just think he doesn't like money. I think that's it. If they're losing money, AMC starts to rocket, then heads those. I guess that's true. This will trigger to level. The more they lose, the better for our situation. The more we gain, obviously, the better for our situation. So if they can lose money on puts, which we don't know how much money they're putting into puts, it might just be regular retail traders that are putting a lot of money into puts. And then, we're putting a lot of money into calls, then um, they'll lose twice. Here we go. We're up 5% this morning. AMC. GME is up 4.35%. Watch that $40 level there. 92K volume for those calls. Anyone else heard about the lawyer stepping in to help the movement? I've heard a little bit about it. I don't know what type of lawsuit this would be, if we would pull up some type of lawsuit, like class action. It's the only one I could really think of. That could very well trigger a gamma squeeze. I wouldn't. I mean, it could in a normal setting, but I don't consider this a normal setting. How will the 473,000 puts out of the money affect AMC? Well, I don't think it's going to affect it that much. People may think it's going to affect it with them losing money, or whoever's losing money, but I don't think it's going to affect it that much. Actual shares affect the stock price in a real way. So I'm not going to put I'm not going to put any stock into how the puts will affect it. If it does affect it in any real way, based on them losing money, then I'm all for it. But I don't want to put a bunch of stock into it. And by saying that, obviously I don't want to put a bunch of thought into it and push that a lot, because whatever happens by surprise is definitely a good look. Because if we're talking about it, then they already know about it. Which is how I 5K AMC shares took a hit, but I got it right back with options. Downside. Options. You're putting out puts on AMC? Peace and blessings to everyone. Friday, reopened a Robinhood account and bought two AMC there, but opened it up. I think Roll has a chance to go over 5 years, not sooner. Yeah, I did think that was going to make a move, and I think I could buy that in Fidelity rather than just buying it in, Weeble. So I did see that as well. So let's look at AMC a lot closer. AMC is starting to break above certain levels. Let's see if it could find a way to break this level up here. Because if it does, then it starts an uptrend. It looks like it might be starting something to creating higher highs and higher lows, which is definitely something I wanted to see. Once I see that, I feel better about the way that it's moving. Rose, what's going on? What's going on, Jay? Thank you for being here. Thank you everybody for being here. I really appreciate you guys. Weeble wouldn't let me buy, so Yeah, it doesn't let you buy something that's in the OTC markets. I went to Devil's Market of Robinhood. I mean, you could have went to a lot of other places. You could have went to Fidelity, which is a great platform, by the way. Speaking of that, I was talking to Harper yesterday, and it's funny how kids think that uh, the things mean other things. Because I was like, "Oh, I like your shoes, by the way," and she was like, "My name's not by the way," and I was like, "That's not what that means." Good morning, all. I had a nightmare about an hour ago. AMC rocketed up to $90,000. I could not reach my phone to sell. Even now, not sure if I. That's that's funny. Not sure if you would sell at $90,000 per share. I don't know. If you don't make that move, I understand people could say, "Oh, I'm looking for it to get to 500K." Don't get greedy. If you miss everything and it goes to $90,000 and you're sitting there with your phone in your hand and it says the sell button's right in front of you and you have 1,000 shares, come on now. Does Fidelity charge to buy or sell? No, they don't. I would sell 20 shares. I would sell at least 100. At least $90,000. Come on. So we did find a way to break above that. That's great to see. Break above that consolidation because then it creates a positive move. We're back up to, we're ready to get to that $38 level. We're ready. We are ready. What's the volume looking like? So right now, it's sitting around 300,000 shares worth of volume. Not bad at all. Obviously, the overall look is more than that. This is just Weeble volume. So don't get stuck on what that says. um, do they give a free stock when opening a new account? No, they don't. Fidelity does not. At 90K, I got 45 million. Sorry, I'm out. That's what I mean. Like, what? Why would you say like I'm not selling at 90K? That is a perfect. I would end up pulling out um at 10 15K. Like I don't need 90K. I don't need it to go to 90K. I need it to get to a point to where uh this can fund my day trading and swing trading for life. And I understand that even 100K can do that. You don't really need to have a crazy amount. I just need a certain amount in here, and then I can trade with that every single day, and gain $100 to $1,000 every day, depending on what my price target is or my profit target is. But I would also like to pay off my student loans and pay the first 15 years of my house. I'd be selling slowly on the way up to 90K. Yeah, again, if it got up to 90K and you're holding 100 shares, I mean, that's pretty damn great. That was a dream. I've been buying since the 60s and averaging down, which is great. Um, I'm just ready to see actual green, unlike most in here at the teens or single numbers. Yeah, I understand what you mean. How much how much did you buy? Do you have about 100 plus shares, or 200, 300,000? Really like your videos on selling for the squeeze and how to organize. Yeah, again, that's what I look to do. I look to get out that information so that people understand that this is not all, sunshines, rainbows, and unicorns here. Like it's actual money that we're dealing with, and we know what it can get to. We know it has a possibility of getting to 100K if everything was organized the right way. However, not everybody's going to think exactly the same. We can think exactly the same to hold for a long period of time, but you are going to have people that see profit in their account and either sell all of it or sell some of it. And when they do that, they decrease the price. They give money or give shares to hedge funds so that they can buy at lower and lower prices rather than higher and higher prices. So you have to figure out, what's that happy medium? What are you willing to accept as a gain? I understand the overall possibility. Oh, it got to 100K and you only had 10 shares versus having 1,000 shares. Yes, it could have been to a point to where you had 1,000 shares, but what would have happened at 10K or 100K if you had 1,000 shares? You would have sold those. Nobody's probably looking to buy it at $100,000 or $10,000, and it's going to end up decreasing the overall squeeze quite a bit. So again, it's definitely a mindset thing. And I always tell people, hey, protect yourself in any case. Protect yourself. If we get to a level to where it's 100, 200, and you can basically pull out some of those, but then you see it pull back. In the case of GME, it gets up to $500. If people pull out some money when it gets to $500, then they're going to have more money to invest in at the bottom. Just like what DFV did. He pulled out, I think, like 14 million or something. He's pulling out a decent amount, and then he's able to put a lot back in at the low. You know what I mean? And not even spend the $14 million that he gained from that, or however much it was, 18 or something. So it's definitely a mindset thing, and it makes your trading situation a lot better because you're feeling more comfortable. It's not about, oh, I lost, I had $18 million worth of a gain. It came all the way back down to $46, and now I'm sitting at way less than what I had. You know what I mean? No, you have 18 million, accept some of it, and put it aside or put it in other places, or let it grow in an index fund or whatever it is, because that's going to set you up for life. Now whatever else is left, now you can continue to ride that up. Anyways, uh, uh, just can't realistic see it going to 100K. Like, I know it can, I just can't picture it. If that makes sense. Um, so let's look at something right here. People say, and I brought this up yesterday about 100K, and let's look at something here. And I know this is a different position. You got a free float of 63.44 billion shares, right? So that's a lot. But you look at something like this and you say, okay, maybe 5 years ago, what happened? Maybe a little bit more than that. You look at the max and you could say, hey, where could it possibly get to? It held up in some of these areas for quite some time. $994,000. And I mean, it just completely like rocketed, right? From a level of being at, 3,000, I guess. Looks like $5,000, $5,080, all the way up to $994,000, and then started falling down and continued to fall down. If it could get to those levels again, that would be phenomenal. But I don't know. I don't believe so, but it's something that's showing it's possible for things to get to hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of a stock price. Now, this does have a crazy amount of shares out there, of shares outstanding, 85 billion, 63 billion of free float, but still, I would imagine AMC can make that move with all the people that are holding and the short squeeze potential that it has. AMC can definitely make that move. The highest it's ever been is basically um, close to where it's at now. So a lot of people like this like $33, $32 mark because that's a former support level. It way in the past, and seeing that drop down to about $3, $1.90, I think, and then increasing to about 72 is crazy. But it definitely has the possibility of getting to, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. It's just everything has to really go perfect for that to happen. I only have 2 shares that's in a TD Ameritrade, and then 2 shares in Robinhood. Would be the only shares I have left at 90K. Then Robinhood would let me sell at 90K. Yeah, they wouldn't let you sell. The sell button would disappear probably with zero gains so far. I can only imagine how emotional these swings are for people in early. Yeah, for people that bought in at low numbers, like $4, $3, $2. People that bought in at those points, yeah, how frustrating it must be, and how emotional they get with these swings, seeing $10,000 decrease in a matter of minutes, or increase by $10,000 in a matter of minutes, and you're just like, oh, it's up, oh, it's down, oh, it's up, oh, it's down. $100,000 in a day, like that, be ridiculous. Like I was looking at someone like Ricky Gutierrez, who says that he didn't want to play these plays, but then he ended up he ended up buying into it at like I think it was like 60 or 50 or $60 or something, or $40 or whatever. But he could have bought into this at $5, and I think he was thinking about it, but I'm not 100% sure. He could have bought into this at $5, and he would have had a crazy amount of shares to ride this thing on the way up. Because obviously he has a lot of money. He's been trading for quite some time, and on YouTube for quite some time with 900,000 subscribers. I don't know if he's at 1 million yet. The Discord I'm in has an algo that singled AMC might go down mid 30s when it was 40s. So I bought 2 put contracts with a strike price of 44. It hit 33. I sold them a profit of $4,890. Pretty good. When you say green, do you mean new level of green, or just continue an upward trend? Continuing an upward trend. I mean, the fact that we haven't seen green days, green Fridays. It's always been a red Friday, and not always. I don't want to use absolutes, but let's say 9 times out of 10, it's a red Friday, and we want to see something green, even though it's positive right now in the pre-market. We're hoping that we can see that green Friday. We've seen a little bit of an increase here, right? It jumped over certain levels, creating higher highs, higher lows. Let's see if it can continue that and not end up creating this lower low here, because if it does, then we're on a downward move. But we want to see it create, higher highs, higher lows, and then see another high somewhere up here, create a channel. Ooh. We have to be realistic and study history, like VW, and the squeeze could happen after hours to manipulate us. Yeah, I've said that plenty of times, that you have to be prepared to make a move probably before the squeeze point, because let's say you get into the squeeze date where it is going to go into the after hours. Let's say it goes into the after hours at $9,000. This after hours, it jumps from 9,000 all the way up to 50,000, and then what it does is from 50,000 it decreases all the way back down to 9,000. Well, what are you going to do in that setting to where everything happened in the after hours market, because it's all manipulation within that after hours market? Probably nothing, because you would think that, oh, they just increased the price, they covered their shorts, and then they re-shorted. No, they probably covered a lot of their shorts, if not all of them. And then you see is people selling in the after hours market, not people selling thousands of shares, selling tens or hundreds of shares to get out of their position, because $50,000 selling, 10 shares is a decent amount. Selling 100 shares is a really decent amount. So yeah, we do have to be realistic and understand that the squeeze can happen anytime, and I do believe that it's going to make majority of its moves in the after hours market. I have $500 worth of AMC in January. I have 500 worth of AMC in January at $3.14, but didn't know about the movement back then. I sold like a month later. Wow. Wow. So that's a bold move, Cotton. A bold move. I don't know why every time I go back to the movie Dodgeball, that movie is great. Um, I bought 2,000 worth of CBL. Did I skip somebody's? I skipped something, didn't I? And sold it Tuesday and more than doubled my money. I've been an addict to stocks since January. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. The only thing that I don't like about uh, penny stocks, right, is the fact that they're penny stocks. I mean, they can double and they can also decrease, um, or you can lose half your money right away. So I want weed stocks. I heard a lot about analyst on YouTube saying volume doesn't matter for price, but yesterday we did 2.3 million in the pre-market and 180 million daily. Boy, did we see excitement. Yeah, so volume doesn't necessarily matter for an increase or a decrease. It just matters what's what's more impactful, buying or selling. Volume obviously does mean something big. If you can get a crazy amount of volume and see a lot of buying strength that's going into there, let's say it's 70% buying, and you have 700 million shares, you're going to see a huge increase because you're trading over the amount of shares that are even out there, right? Back and forth. But if you have, let's say, 100,000 shares and you have 70%, it's not going to increase the price as much, but it will give you that increased day, if that makes sense. So volume doesn't 100% matter, as Shiv says it 100% matters. Volume doesn't 100% matter for an increase or decrease day, but it does 100% matter when it comes to how high you want to increase. So again, like if you see 90% buy volume and you have 700 million shares, that volume means everything because it tells you how high it's going to go. But if you want to see a positive or a negative day, it doesn't necessarily mean anything to have volume. Yeah, surprised we didn't see a bigger push above 40. Well, you could see that they were looking for it to resist 40 because in the after hours market, that's exactly what happened. Resist that level of 40. OTC stocks are very hard to trade in Canada. I would love to try, but not worth the time. Yeah. I stopped trading a lot of the penny stocks, OTC stocks, and all that. I just really stopped. Um, like day trading them and swing trading them. Sometimes I'll leave them out there for a longer gain or something that could possibly grow. I bought puts thinking the stock will go down. Not not short, just to be clear. Uh, but knowing how to play options the right way will cushion your loss. if the stock you're holding dips. Yes, I would agree with that. It was great to see over 60 million in volume yesterday. Yeah, for AMC, yeah, it was amazing. Almost 200 million. Yeah, so we have 476 people in here, guys. Hit that like button if you can. It does help out the channel quite a bit. Um, what that is. Why this is not showing me any type of data here. It's weird. It was very weird. Where's that? Where do you see our first resist AMC today? 50? No, we're probably going to resist 40. I mean, we're going to pull. It looks like they're trying to make us resist 40 so that we don't break above that. But we're hoping that we can, push above that and push well above that. You don't lose money until you sell. Yes. I was thinking about dollar cost averaging in on OTC stocks long term. It's a few I saw that I really like. Yeah, there's a lot of good positions that you can put a decent amount of money into that are, really low in price. And I like those odds of doing that, just letting it sit there for quite a bit of time and waiting for those massive moves. Because a lot of these positions that you see that grow 100% or 200% or 300% or whatever, 2,000% at a point, um, they're stocks that just have some sort of catalyst behind them, and then a bunch of people get into them, and it's something that could be 4 cents, right? And it goes from 4 cents to $30 in a matter of a month. You've seen those positions, and it's tough to be able to understand when those positions will come and where they are. So I think I clocked in yesterday. Oh gee. I don't think I did. Well, I got 3% left on my phone. Sorry. Did you see the huge red candle glitch on several channel? AMC jumped from 36 to 38, 30 seconds. It was here and one big red all the way down. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that. Could be a good penny stock. I think it could hit 2 to 3 per share. Interesting. $2 to $3 per share. I don't know what's up with my mouse. This is supposed to be a high quality mouse, and this mouse is not doing work. So yeah, 16 cents right now. These are those positions that you see start out at thousands of dollars and then decrease quite a bit. It has 544 million um, million share worth of a float, which is not crazy. Not crazy. You definitely could see it at certain levels. You could see it hit $1 easily. Um, but yeah, looks interesting. Very interesting. Let's go back to what I was doing. Where's AMC? If I can freaking manage this mouse. Wednesday and Thursday, I forgot. Well, that sucks. Is it this Thursday? Hmm. Yeah, I forgot. I've got two days. Now I have to email. When other exchanges open an order, yes, that's what you see in the pre-market. I thought that he was talking about in the market open. Now up 3.9%. AMC is up 4.5%. 4.5% for AMC and 3.9 for GME. I made that clear. Um, your Doge is down. I'm interested in getting in. What is that Perry Doge buying 16 to 17? Yeah, where it is, I mean, I don't see it making a move past there. I mean, if it does, I mean, it's going to be great buying opportunity for most people. But yeah, I mean, 16, 17 cents definitely. I do hold 21,000 coins, so it's something where no matter what, at at 21,000 coins, no matter how much I buy right now, it's not really going to affect it unless I buy another like $5,000 worth, which I could do if I wanted to. Mm-hmm. Which actually I can't link my current bank account to Weeble, so I couldn't put the money in there. And even if I do, it's probably going to take about 3 business days for it to actually, um, clear crypto wise. So it's not going to be something where I can do. I could buy it in Coinbase, and then my overall cost basis would be a lot lower. But I've released a new zombie map and brought back um, an old multiplayer map, Rush. paintball level going to play this weekend since Cali is going to be shutting down or going back to mass tomorrow. Really, I didn't know that. Why are they going? Because there's a new strain or something. Can you talk about crypto a little? I just jumped back on. Yeah, I mean, let me just give a little bit of an update on AMC, and we can talk about crypto. Um, so AMC is at $37.56. It's up $1.56, up about 4.33%. You're seeing GME that's at $174.20, up $7.37, which is about 4.4%. So that's not bad at all. That movement is not bad at all. I'm holding 20 shares of GME, still holding 900 shares of AMC. The volume for AMC is sitting around 365 million at the moment for Webull alone. I would imagine it's a lot more for the overall market when you look at probably information in Fidelity or TD Ameritrade. GME volume is around 5,300 shares, which obviously is going to be lower because the price is a lot higher. So, yeah, I live in California. That's false news. Okay. Sure enough, just looked it up. LA is requiring masks again. LA isn't California though. That's like people that say, Philly. Philly is its own state. Um, okay, so let's talk about a little bit of crypto. Let's see what crypto's doing because crypto is down quite a bit. You're seeing Bitcoin that's down to $31,000. Litecoin that's down to 121. That's definitely a great buying opportunity. Ethereum is down to 1,860. You do have Ethereum Classic that's down to $40 or so. Dogecoin that's down to $17. XLM is down to 23. Sorry, Dogecoin is down to 17 cents, and XLM that's down to 23 cents, while XRP is also sitting at about sub 60 cents. Um, LA is going back to masks. I hope that yeah, I've just gotten used to like not wearing masks out there. So obviously we still have to do it in the daycare and everything, just because they're a little bit more cautious with the kids. Understandable. But cryptocurrency is down quite a bit, which again is good. It creates actually so is Twitch. YouTube and Twitch just froze a little bit. Legit research on why crypto is down. If this ends, then the live stream ends. I'm not gonna restart the live stream. I hope it doesn't, but it looks like my connection is not doing so well. Could you say AMC's price for us audio listeners? I mean, yeah, I can. I just said it like 4 minutes ago. Not even that. It might have been like 3 minutes ago. Thinking of selling my Doge and buying more OCGN at a lower average. Yeah, whatever you feel is good. Go ahead and do that. I stick with the crypto that I have because I love crypto, and I'm going to hold on to it, and let it make its moves. Whether it's with ICP, it's with Compound, it's with Ethereum Classic or Litecoin or whatever. I'm going to hold on to those positions and let them grow, especially with things like Anchor and AMP and a lot of positions. One of the owners of Doge said crypto is a scam. No, I don't think. I mean, some people think of scam and I don't know, some like cash grabs as a scam. I don't think of it as a scam unless they obviously do some sort of rug pull to it. Um, there's a lot of cryptos out there, cryptocurrencies that will just rug pull everything. You know what I mean? And try and capture as much money as they possibly can. But I don't think that's the case with a lot of the cryptocurrency that we do see up at the top. Some of the major like top 100, cryptocurrencies by market cap. I don't think we see a lot of them doing that. You know, so I don't think crypto is a scam. I think it's going to um, it's tough to understand just because you really only have like a few major players that make sense on you getting into crypto as a stable investment versus getting into crypto looking for a 50% gain and then the next day probably seeing a 50% loss if you don't get out of it. There's some cryptos like that, so I wouldn't say that at this point with AMC. I hope it does take another 6 months to squeeze so I can be classified as a long-term capital gains. Yeah, it's true. Long-term capital gains and pay way less taxes to the hedges and the government. I hear you. Hey, what up with Stanko this morning? I haven't checked the Stanko tracker. I haven't even looked at it. I haven't seen this before. 0% shares available to borrow. Symbol removed from data file. Expectation is no shares left. Yeah, I don't use Stanko at all. A crypto down due to the bond market. I mean, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I would say no. I always like to look at a general standpoint of understanding why things would be down, who's pulling out of the position, because everything in different markets is based on buyers and sellers. So um, I'm just obviously I look at it and see that probably have um, some firms that are pulling out of crypto, pulling out of some stock positions, just like they did maybe earlier this week, the last 4 days, in order to cover losses or to just have firepower. There's a crypto war against China because China is working on releasing a digital yen. A massive global power. This uh, needs to be shut down. It's crazy. Okay, thank you. I don't know why I keep getting these damn noises over here. Um, selling one share every $1,000. Maybe that's great. I figured the firms wanted liquidity or needed to cover AMC with crypto. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's just AMC. I would imagine maybe they're pulling out of the crypto market create lower prices, lower opportunities with more people selling out of the position. So when you create those lower opportunities, they can buy more, sell at the highs, basically buy at the lows, right? Manipulate every market that they possibly can, because all you need is money in order to kind of manipulate where a price can go, and that's pretty much it. It's bad when Anonymous has to make a video about it to get people to fight together against China and the CCP. Also raid DIDI today. China's going to start the World War III. He's getting masked up again because COVID rise. But I also read it's 95% of people not wanting to get vaccinated getting sick. Yeah, 95%. Sorry, I said 90. That's crazy. Ali, it's just play in San Francisco. I don't have the vaccine. I'm sick again since September last year. I've been immune. I don't know about that. Hey Matt, I was watching Maccore stream, and he does show the shares he owns because of legal reasons. I know you do from time to time, and was thinking you should keep it private too. You shouldn't show the shares you own because of legal reasons. That doesn't make sense. You have to disclose. Typically, it's better to disclose whether you own shares or whether you own shares or you don't, because a lot of times if you don't and you do own it, it's more of that I'm like insider trading type of thing, because you're telling people about the stock and not letting them know that you own positions in it. That's like someone owning a cryptocurrency, i.e. Logan Paul, who may own like a cryptocurrency and then push a cryptocurrency as if it's not his own, or push a stock as if it's not something that they do own. Typically, you want to disclose your account. If you don't, then it looks like you're hiding something and you're doing something secretive. So I show mine all the time. This is why I'm showing mine now. He doesn't want to influence people into buying or selling. That doesn't make sense, because the whole video, like, I understand what he's getting at, but for the best thing to do legal wise is to show what you own, so that when you do talk about it, it's not something where you're just like, hey, I'm pumping this up and telling you, hey, buy this at this point or buy this at that point. It's, if you show your positions, you're not doing anything secretive. It's just like you disclosing a sponsorship. If it wasn't for legal reasons, people have to disclose whether they are a sponsor of a product. It's the same situation. That's like I don't know. That's like the beginning stages of everything. That's like stocks 101. I don't understand. You never hide your positions from people. That's not. I don't like that. Yeah, if he sells live, it might influence other people too. So yeah, if you ever like sell the position live, that's where it would influence people, And that's where you don't sit here and say, all right, well, I'm selling right now. And that's an issue. You say when you're buying and when you're selling, that creates a kind of a mass buy or sell if you're doing something with your position. If you keep your position and just letting people know what you have, that's actually being transparent. Um, and just like I made those examples of you having, a sponsorship, you have to disclose that. Or, whether someone is a owner in a company, you have to disclose that. Like there's a lot of things that you want to disclose and not influence people to buy. It's just you're just letting people know, hey, I hold this position even though I'm talking about it. I do hold this position. SEC can go and attack influencers and create lawsuits, sue influencers against hedge funds. SEC has been corrupt for decades. Lawyers know what they're doing. What up? What up? Good morning. What are your thoughts for today? Sideways or up? It looks like we're gonna make a move up, but then again, I've seen complete reversals. Trust me, I have seen complete reversals. And the days where I say, hey, you know what, this is gonna make a move up, it ends up falling back down. So, um, I'm hoping for a green day. I'm really hoping for a green day, but my overall thought is that it's not going to be that. Um, and I don't want to say that, but that's what I'm thinking. Gray area. If you show your option shares holdings and people are buying, they can file lawsuits and say this person motivated me to. Yeah, but it won't hold up. It won't hold up as long as you say this is not financial advice, and you actually act on that by saying, look, I'm not telling you to buy or sell or anything like that, which obviously you are saying it multiple times. You showing your position shows transparency. They can say all they want. They can put out the um, anybody can do anything. One, it's going to cost them court fees to basically lose, um, but that's the thing. You're kind of protecting yourself, but you're also not protecting yourself by not disclosing your positions. You're saying by you doing that, let's say that same person sued you without you showing your positions. Now they find out that you own 3,000 shares. They're going to say, this person just tried to make me buy something that he held 3,000 shares for in order to see this increase. And I didn't even know he had it. That's where it ends up getting to a horrible situation versus you disclosing everything and saying, look, I told them not to buy. I told them, not to make a move based on what I'm saying versus you hiding everything. You hiding everything makes it look way more suspicious than you showing anything. Yeah, that's where it's tough. I mean, lawyers will tell you two different things, but I mean it's like stocks 101. I mean, you when you talk about stocks, a lot of times right in the beginning you have to disclose how much you own. Now you don't have to physically show it. It's common courtesy to show it. But you want to disclose what you own so it doesn't seem secretive. Because if it's secretive, then it's not really the best situation. But you can go either way. Either way, you can find a situation where you can get out like scot free on the deal. So I don't know. Um, I don't know what is the true way. I guess however that lawyer is used to fighting situations like this, if it does end up happening, that's what will happen. Um, but for me, very transparent. I'll let you know that look, this is where I think it's going to go today. And don't make your decisions based on what I say, and then we go from there. So a lot of people are thinking that after the horrible week we had, although we might be looking at better days in the following weeks. Yeah. Hey, Matt, happy birthday. Fabulous day. Backwards, however, he did say on prior videos before. We believe other content creators. We believe other content creators to question and ask them how to show their positions in order to verify they're legit, but he doesn't show his. So I mean, if you have a lawyer, right, and the lawyer is used to fighting a case in a certain way, if it does pop up, then he's going to advise you to he or she is going to advise you in doing a certain thing, and it's not necessarily saying that he's choosing to do this. It's his lawyer that's choosing to do something like that. So it's not necessarily saying that he's making the wrong decision. Um, his lawyer's just used to it. So there's two ways that you can fight it. You can fight it in a way of being completely transparent and then telling people, hey, look, I have these shares. This is how much I own. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to buy this position. This is something that I just own at a certain level, and I do believe that it's going to go up. No way am I going to buy more on screen. No way am I going to sell more on screen. Anything like that, you can fight it that way. Then you can also fight it another way, basically saying, I'm saying this is not financial advice. I don't want to disclose my position so that I don't influence anybody in buying anymore. So you can fight it both ways. I always think that the first way is the best way to do it because of the fact that you're being transparent, not hiding anything, because any of the other side can say he has malicious intent. You know, he's looking to gain as much as he can out of it and hide his positions from anybody. And that's what, the other side will fight for. But if the lawyer has a certain way of fighting this, they're going to advise you to do it in a way that they feel is the best way. You know what I mean? So it's not on him. It's not on him. It's not on Trey to make that decision. It's on, his legal team, right? So that's what I would say. It's not, his fault for not showing his or not wanting to show his positions. He probably is telling you what he's holding. Maybe. I don't know. But there's two ways of fighting it. Whatever your lawyer decides to do, that's the way you go with. So maybe if they start showing their positions, they won't be welcome on Fox Business and other places because of the influence, because of the oh yeah, probably that too. Actually, no, I've seen other people that do disclose their positions on their on major like media networks. I think you have a valid reason, and you're not wrong. It might be an issue when you sell, um, but it doesn't hurt to be transparent. Also, your channel is not as commercialized. Yeah, yeah, I would 100% agree with that. I'm not a person one that will go out and get all these interviews and everything like that, and talk to all these people because I'm not that type of person. Um, there's around 12K shares, I think. Well, that's good. I mean, with how much they make from their channels, I mean, they they should have a lot. This is the longest 3% battery life ever. I've had those times where I was at 1% for a good period of time. I support everyone I can. Uh, I support everyone I can. Oh, you still have your day job, less conflict of interest. I think you should be fine. Yeah, I know I'll be okay. One, I don't have. I couldn't have that much influence even if I wanted to. Um, when you get hundreds of thousands of views and likes, it becomes really dangerous against the big elites, showing motivation and manipulation against them. For nasty corruption. Yeah, true. Do you have a link? Plug it in, dude. Wait, what? All right. We have 497 people in here, guys. Hit the like button if you can. I'm gonna play one more ad. We got about an hour until I stop this. I post a link here for the West interview. I've seen it. Like I've seen the Wes Christensen video. I don't think you can post a link here for anybody else, but I have seen the later half of it, and I was going to maybe look at it and get some points from it, but I don't know. Maybe later. You fill the entire squeeze. If so, the entire squeeze happens during the after hours markets, are we pretty much screwed? I don't think we're pretty much screwed. For the people that are holding for the peak point and basically saying that this is only going to get to 10K or 100K or whatever their peak point actually is, it's going to be detrimental to their position or how much they actually own or how much they can make from it, because you're probably going to see majority of it happen in the after hours market to where they can't sell a lot of it. They probably can sell like maybe 10 shares, 100 shares, something like that at a limit order. And then that limit order also doesn't get filled because it moves way too fast. It makes it very difficult to get out. And that's why it's going to make it only difficult for those people that are trying to sell only at the peak and not, kind of stagger their sell points. If they could sell maybe, I don't know how many you have, but you could sell like 100 shares at like, $200 or something, or 20 shares at $200, whatever you feel, and then you make that move. Do you check Facebook Messenger yet? No, I haven't checked it yet. I have to check it later. I'm not gonna pull up too many things there because I don't even have it on my desktop. I don't have it logged in and everything, so I would have to do it on my phone. Could this squeeze after hours and then come back down the pre-market? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is that this is going to squeeze after hours into the pre-market, and then the pre-market you're going to see the decrease towards the later half. So maybe somewhere around 7 to 9:30, you're going to see a decrease from the peak point all the way down to wherever it gets to, 20% down from the peak, or 30% down from the peak, whatever it ends up getting to. I don't think so. Matt has a video on exit strategies. I don't think the entire squeeze will happen, because we can see the buildup to a certain level, a certain degree, I guess, and then we'll see that make a move from wherever that peak point level is to wherever they decide they're going to cover in the after hours market, probably. So you might see the top, maybe top 30% end up happening in the after hours market before it ends up decreasing in the market open. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. But the entire squeeze is not going to happen in the after hours market. Okay. All right. I'll be able to sell. Yeah, that'll be tough. I mean, you would be able to sell shares if you have after hours trading on. And if you have 100 shares, I would say at the peak point, you definitely have a possibility of selling some shares at the top, wherever that top actually is. So it's not something where you're just going to basically not be able to make money, because if you have a small amount of shares, it's easier to sell a small amount in the after hours market than it would be for you to get out of 1,000 shares. Can you trade after hours with eToro? I'm not sure. I've never used eToro. I like your Matt Reacts channel, by the way. Also, some brokers allow you to sell pre-market and after hours. Not sure which, but I think I can buy and sell if we need it. Yeah, Webull allows you to do that. I can do it if I wanted to. I don't ever buy or sell. I mean, can't say ever. I've done it once. I hardly do it, buy or sell in the after hours market. But I know for the squeeze, the max point that it gets to, I'm probably going to sell like 10 shares. If it gets to 100K or whatever at a max point, I will sell. I will sell probably about 10 to 100 shares. That's what I will have at the peak point. How many shares do you think selling at one time would cause the squeeze to rail? On the way up, I don't think, not really. You won't have many that will derail the squeeze on the way up because there's so much buying strength. So I put out an exit strategy video if you want to check it out in detail. But when you look at selling on the way up, there are people that are buying it consistently, whether it's hedge funds that are covering or it's regular people that are buying it. Now, when you look at it on the way down, who's buying it? Absolutely nobody. The hedge funds are probably already covered. Most likely have already covered everything. You're going to see people that are not willing to buy at these higher and higher prices, especially with the amount of shares that you have. So then what's going to happen is it's just going to continue to drop. Nobody's buying it. It's going to continue to drop until it gets to a point of maybe a level point to where it does level out a little bit, which is going to be very low. And then you're going to see it make a little bit of a move, which is a false break, and then fall down more. So that's probably what's going to happen on the later half, on the back end. But on the way up, it makes it easier for you to get out of some positions because people are buying. You have FOMO buying that's going on. So you see it go up to $100 or $120 or whatever, people are still buying. So then what you could do is get rid of 20 shares. Okay, I'm okay with getting rid of 20 shares. That's going to give me a decent amount of money there. And then if it does end up fully pulling back, I can put back in that money that I gained from those 20 shares and buy maybe 40 shares. And that would be really good. But then you look at it increasing on the way up. It's not something that will pull back crazy, but what will happen is it won't derail the squeeze. I guess that's what you're worried about. It won't derail the squeeze because people are still buying. That makes sense? When this squeezes, you will see like 1 minute volume or 1 minute volume in a second. Yeah. Yes. I think you will see probably more than that. And this is why I'm thinking that even when we get closer and closer to this peak point, I think we might see some of these brokerage accounts restrict trading, which might be very difficult for people that have maybe a small amount of shares and want to only sell at the peak. But if you have a small amount of shares, it's easy for you to cover your initial investment plus a little bit of profit if you wanted to before it got to the peak. Then maybe if you have 65 shares, right? You have 65 shares you bought in low at $10, right? What is that, $650? And then you see that go up to $100. Now you have $6,500, right? Now you can, if you wanted to, you can take out $650 and let it grow up or let it grow more. Now, what you could do is also basically multiply that $6,000 by 5, because if it goes up to $500, that's what you're going to be looking at. So let's say you have $30,000, right? Plus the 500, which 5 times 5 is 25, so it's 32,500. So you're adding 32,500 there. Now you could take out 2,500. You covered your initial investment plus a lot of profit, and now you have $30,000 that's growing, right? So if it gets to 1,000, you're making a really decent amount of money. You're basically doubling what you had, which $30,000 up to $60,000, and you still covered your initial investment. So no matter what happens as you continue to go up, if you wanted to sell at certain points, it goes up to, I don't know, $1,000, and maybe you'll pull out another $10,000 worth. So that $650 investment turned into, you know, $12,500, and you still have about $50,000 left in there to let it continue to grow. So what I'm saying is that you take out a very small amount of your investment and you'll be fine. But as long as you do get to certain levels, and you'll feel more comfortable as it does go up. Now you may end up getting to a point to where it gets restricted. So as you continue to move up, you pull out a little bit more, pull out 10,000, pull out another 10,000, whatever it is. And then you get to the peak point and you have 10 shares, you're able to sell because they restrict it to only being able to sell 10 shares at a time, so that it doesn't drop down, crazy. Or they get rid of the buy and sell button, and you still have 10 shares, but you can still sell on the way down whenever they open it back up because you only have 10 shares left. Anyways, there's a lot of different scenarios that you can place when it comes to exit strategies. I just don't want it to get to a point to where, one, it squeezes in the after hours market. Two, you wait till that peak point to where it does fall down significantly from the peak. And three, they may end up restricting. And hopefully I didn't say that, but I might have said that already. I was trying to think of three things, but my mind just went to 700 different things at one point. 700K floor, that's a lot. Um, they can't restrict selling. They can only restrict buying. They can restrict whatever they want. 100%. They have it. If you read what you sign in the beginning of basically applying for that brokerage account, they can restrict buying and selling at any point. I have a put expiring today. What happens if it expires? Like 1 point. I mean, I'm just getting used to options, so I'm more on like the call side, but I'm just really starting to get an understanding of options. And you might have just taken that understanding that I felt like I had and threw it out the window. And it might even be something very simple of an explanation. So I'm sorry that I can't answer that, but I can't. Um, they can restrict whatever they want. Yes, they can. If restricting buying, who's selling then? So they restrict buying and they restrict selling. The only people that have the option to do anything is going to be the hedge funds. So they can cover whatever they want. And then what you're going to see is you're going to have some institutions that are going to be able to sell as well. It's going to be first come, first serve for them because they don't hold any shares in these platforms. They hold shares in their own platforms. So it's a different situation where they can buy and sell outside of Fidelity and Robinhood and Webull and all of these other places. So they give other hedge funds, institutions, the leg up in selling at the peak point. So they take off 40% of the top or 30% of the top, and then you're able to get in and get out whenever you want to, which creates massive sell-offs after the squeeze. So I hope that doesn't happen. It could happen. I hope that it doesn't happen, but you never really know. So I'm going to end this poll. Do we end that? Nobody reads that seriously before. Yeah. All good. I'm still confused as well. I have all my stuff on automatic selling, so on the way up, it's just start dumping 5 shares here, 5 shares there. That's awesome. And it creates, basically you're creating your own profit target, which is really good. This is why it is smart to have multiple accounts in different places. Yes, it is, but usually they start to restrict like one after the other. I would say last time Fidelity was the last one to restrict. If I come out this, yeah, if I come out this, why is this not moving? This knocking 50K off my mortgage, I'll be I'll be more happy. Be more than happy. 75 shares current. Okay. Um, yeah, you can definitely make a move even with only having 75 shares. As it If there is any questions on options, I'll answer them. I don't have any questions right now. Well, if anybody asks them, then go ahead and answer them. Feel free. That's why I bought two on TMA into Robinhood. It sucks that they cover in the after hours market. I would guarantee that they're going to do that. So 928 votes on the poll. 79% say yes. 20% say no. If we're going to see a green day today, we're finally going to see a green Friday. So let's see if you guys are right. 79%. That's pretty big. A bold move, Cotton. I love that saying. Um, Depends on the platform you're using, not the country. Yes. Hit the like button. Yeah, everybody hit the like button. We have about 600 people here. It does help out. Let's see 40 plus today. Would love that. A good options trading platform in the UK. I'm worried about what's going to happen as a result of this squeeze. We could be looking at an entire countrywide economic crash. I don't think so. I don't think so. If hedge funds go bankrupt, yes, but if hedge funds don't go bankrupt, we won't be seeing that. I guarantee it. And if they continue to do what they're doing and they get to a point where they're like, you know what, I'm done, I'm losing a lot of money, and I can't handle this, then they end up pulling out maybe some of their assets, not all of them, and they're still alive, then yes, we will see, or no, we won't see a crash. But if you see them go bankrupt to where they pull all their assets out, hedge funds that lost all their assets out, but then you see other hedge funds create more buying opportunity. Um, oh, sorry, they create more buying strength in the businesses, because it's not all hedge funds that are shorting this position. It's a few, right? So, um, nose just completely itches and it's bothering me. Won't stop. I don't think we'll see an economic crash unless we see hedge funds go bankrupt. Elon Musk was debunked. I think it will be supposed to ride for sure. Do put options negatively affect the share price? Not as much as you would think. From what I understand it, unless, um, which I'm still trying to get a full understanding of options, so I don't know what they can do with put options, but I don't think it affects it as much as it does. The only reason we would have it crash is hedge funds stupid. Yeah, pretty much. Uh, how long to transfer to Fidelity? Not that long, actually. Would you guys do takes 3 to 5 business days. Yeah, it doesn't take that long. I've had it happen pretty fast, which I was excited about because I went from Weeble to Fidelity by accident, and it happened in 2 days. So it it, it definitely can vary. Felt such felt like such a after I transferred to Fidelity. Yeah, because Fidelity just feels, I don't know, just more, um, I don't know, mature, I guess, for lack of a better term. It really does, because you look at Fidelity and their overall platform. uh, the Active Trader Pro feels great. It doesn't obviously work as well as something like AMC, or sorry, something like Weeble, um, but like it's not as like active. Like you use something and everything updates as you select a certain position. So if I select Doge, everything else updates. You'll see all of the different information that you need. But when it comes to Fidelity, you select something, you have to obviously update the charts manually, all that stuff that you want to do. But their mobile platform's getting better for Fidelity, and I just love their like full view look to where you can look at your Roth IRA, your 529 accounts, all of your different accounts there, and it just sets everything up so like nice and clean, and it's easily transferable to different accounts. So I can transfer money from my main account into my Roth IRA if I wanted to, or into the kids' 529 accounts. Speaking of that, I think I have a purchase to do in Fidelity. My Roth IRA is down $8, 0.34 piece. I could put some more money. I'm gonna put $300 into fund. Yeah, $300 into there. Perfect. Perfection. Did it move? Guess it didn't. Not yet. Eventually it will. Also have $500 in the SBHD. Love that. Because then I can gain dividends from that. SBC or PSEC. Does a Roth IRA account go down? You put it into a fund that actually runs with the market. So a Roth IRA account can go down. It's just like putting it into a mutual fund, but the only thing, putting it into like a mutual fund in your normal account, or putting it into any type of fund in your normal account. It's just um, the gaining interest on. Do you know the wait? What? So you put it into a certain fund. I put it into dividend positions as well, and the overall, account can go down for the day. I know that my dividend positions have decreased today, and also, I believe my Fidelity fund has decreased today as well. Change was about 19 cents in that $30 fund. So depending what funds you're in and what positions you're in that Roth IRA, the Roth IRA is only just the tax-free portion of it, basically. That's the benefit of it. So overall, I'm up still 20%, and on my Fidelity fund, I'm up 32%. But just today, I'm down 0.62% on the fund. HCMC is flat. PSEC is about 0.37%, and SPHD is only 0.03%. So it's slightly down by 0.34% today, which is about $8.45. Nothing. I have multiple Roth IRAs. I want to make this my main Roth IRA, so I would love to be able to um, put some things in here and let them grow, and that's what I'm going to do because 30% on one position is phenomenal. But I can only I have to max it out. When you max it out at $6,000 that you can put in there, I believe. So I can't put any more. It's not like I can go and just put $100,000 into my Roth IRA. Predictions for today. Like I said, I had predictions earlier today that I feel like we're gonna see. I'm hoping we're gonna see a positive day, but I'm thinking it's actually gonna be something negative. So um, I don't want it to be, but I think it is. I think we might see an increase to about um, 39 something, to where it will resist, um, and you might possibly have a double touch point like you did yesterday. But I'm thinking we might have one touch point at 39 and then decrease to a negative day. So I'm hoping that's not the case. And I just don't want my prediction to come true. So let's hope for a break past 40 and see that increase. But I'm one of the people. We had about 1,000 votes, and I would say I was one of those people that said it was going to be a negative day, um, just because I always like to hope for the worst and then be surprised by the best, you know? So, and that's a phrase that I just made up right now. So, I don't know if it worked, but sounds legit. Hmm, interesting. 6K per year max. Yeah. Um, there's a big hurricane headed my way. It's a cat 3 right now. Okay. Well, hopefully nothing happens. Gotta hope for the best and expect the worst sometimes. I would say I started my Roth IRA. Um, I started my Roth IRA at a rough time, but it should be good in the future. Yeah, as long as you keep adding to it, you're good. Uh, that phrase has been said before. Has it? Okay, well, perfect. Jesus, that Patrick guy um, must live under a rock. Good reaction, Matt. Thanks. I've heard rumors Fidelity may move into crypto. May move into crypto a lot sooner than folks think. They've been hiring shit tons of people. Well, that's good. I hope that happens because I would love to be able to put that, if I can put some crypto positions into my Roth IRA, it would be phenomenal. Plan for the worst, hope for the best. Is that the quote that someone said? Look it up. Basically what I said. I don't care. I came up with the quote. Mine. It's mine. Fidelity removed the option for extended hours trading for me to be isolated. I need to. I'll need to investigate. Yeah. Well, Apple is not doing the trick. I need some food. I need. We don't even have any more cereal, and I'm starving. Supposed to go. I was supposed to go food shopping yesterday, and I didn't. Sucks. I'm gonna have to eat like a sandwich for breakfast. Wait, we might have waffles in the fridge. You know what? Might have waffles. I might have to make waffles. I usually don't eat breakfast, but I ate dinner very early yesterday, so it's like I have to. How's Dogecoin today? I might buy more. Right now, it's at 17 or it's close to 18 cents. It definitely looks like a buying opportunity, and I'm looking over in Coinbase like, hey, I should make this move. But I keep thinking about what I should invest in over there. And every time I'm looking at Dogecoin, I'm like, well, I have 21,000 coins. I was gonna say 21 million coins. I have 21,000 coins. I should. Then again, I shouldn't. Oh wait, I gotta wait till 9:30 for that to go through, for my purchase to go through. I forgot. For some reason, I thought we were open. I gotta add some money into Harper and Hayden's 529 account. Give me a second. I just gotta transfer the money into Harper and Hayden's 529 account before I forget. If I don't, then they won't get anything this month. All right. Hmm. Well, it's crazy that I invested in Ford into my brother's account, and it's up 114% since I bought it. My brother wants me to sell it and put it into a different position, and maybe I will. Maybe I'll put it into AMC. Your family needs to get a small deep freezer. We need a bigger fridge because we stayed with like whatever fridge is working. Um, but yeah, we do need a bigger freezer. But then again, it's not necessarily that. It's mainly all of the common things that I will eat like during the day. That's the issue. Like we obviously have enough to make food because I love cooking, but all the common things that I will eat um, uh, are just gone very quick. So like if I eat cereal at night or something, after dinner, then that's typically that's when I'll eat cereal is at night. Why is Tesla going sideways? I haven't even looked at Tesla in a while. Let's see. Let's look at AMC is at 4.3% and GME is at 4%. The price of GME is $173.50 and AMC is $37.59. We have about an hour until the market opens. I'm only going to be here till 9 o'clock, but like I said, I gave where I think it's going to go, and where I hope it's going to go is a different place. Let's see. So, what are we looking for? Again, Tesla. Tesla going sideways. Is that what you were saying? Oh, I'm looking at it from like a 10,000 foot view. I mean, this looks amazing from a 10,000 foot view. It looks like I mean, sort of a bull flag, but kind of breaking sort of consolidation. But anyways, let's look at what's going to happen here. Not year to date. Look at the day. Why is it going sideways? I mean, it just is. Tesla is weird because you would think that it would make these moves. Some days you see massive movements, from $666 down to 640 or $37, all the way back up to $650. So you can see massive swings to where you can gain quite a bit from that position. So, wait, Matt Cooks, is there a series or channel coming? No, I was a chef for 7 years. So yeah, sous chef at that. I love cooking different pastas. So yes, I cook. Speaking of that, I think we have heavy whipping cream in there. I should make like a chicken Alfredo pasta. That would be phenomenal. You know what? Sold. Once I get off this, I'm gonna go take out chicken, and we're gonna make some chicken Alfredo pasta. But no, there's no channel on that. I wish there was. I just feel like there's too many components to that, and I don't know how many people would follow that. Do not shop at Costco. If you're asking me, I use a Walmart right next to me. Live stream it. Yeah, I mean that could be a possibility. Clean the dehumidifier. Clean that could be on the Perry Experience channel. It's true. It's true. I do need to upload on there. I was gonna do. I'm really wondering if I should upload the options video because it's so long. The options conversation that I have with my brother-in-law. Should I upload that on the Perry Experience and then push it on the Matthew Perry channel to let people know that it is out there? Um, but yeah, how the hell do you not have a cooking channel? 7 years, man. Yeah, I didn't like. I started YouTube with actually dancing, and then I went to college and learned about business and finance and all that stuff, and then ended up making a change to my channel, where it was very low subscribers. I think it was like 200 subscribers, but in the midst of all that, I was cooking quite a bit, and I thought a cooking channel would just be very difficult to do because it would create multiple camera angles, multiple cameras, different setups. Um, and I mean, I could do that. Where's these dancing videos, Matt? They're gone. They're not gone, but they're gone. You can probably find some. Have a great weekend, all. You too. Yeah, somewhat. I'm not full breakdancing, like doing windmills and whatnot. Just like um, waving, popping, locking, sliding, all that stuff. Yeah, you should do a cooking slash baking video with your wife. I'm actually not a great baker. I'm a good um, cooker. I'm not a great baker. So there's different types of people that are really good at baking. I'm not one of those people. I can say I can do it, but I'm not the best baker. I don't pride myself in doing it. I pride myself in making steaks and pastas. I love making all different types of pasta dishes, um, and steaks as well. A breakdancing cooking show. I don't know if that would catch fire. Have you touched on XELA? Has it moved quite a bit recently? Ride is down yet again after being up 10%. Come on, XELA. It's up 12% after being down yesterday 17%. That's understandable. It says 5 million. Well, my nose itches so much and it's bothering the hell out of me. But yeah, I mean, it's up 13%. Let's see where this is going. I haven't really touched on this. I don't really know what the full impact of this is, but the good thing is you are seeing, I guess you broke that chain right here. I was going to say higher highs and higher lows. You might see a little bit of a comeback at this moment, bouncing between one of those highs and lows, and hopefully breaking above that. But I definitely see it making a move, maybe making a retest in some areas. Let's look at 1 hour candlesticks. Yeah, you definitely could see some sort of a retest, maybe at $4.30, or seeing this double touch point up here, sort of double touch point up in the $5.45 range. It's not really a great sign the way it's coming back, but now you see this little bit of a kick up to where it could end up retesting some of these areas at like $4.30, which would be good. How do you like your steak? I usually like it medium rare. Um, I usually like it medium rare, but a lot of places that I go out to eat will undercook a steak. So they'll make it rare if it's medium rare because you can always cook a steak more. You can never cook a steak less. So they'll cook it. So what I'll ask for is medium, and then they'll give me a medium rare usually. Sometimes they end up overcooking it, but I don't care. I'm not one of those people that send it back. As long as it has some form of juiciness to it and it's not a well done, piece of rubber, then I'm fine. Do you make pastas from scratch? No, I don't. I don't have a pasta maker. But I would love that. I There's one restaurant around me that makes their pastas from scratch, and it is phenomenal. And if anybody does live in the Reading area, go to Judy's on Church and order their, like, they have like a crab pasta. I forget what it's called, but it's a crab pasta and it has a delicious sauce with it, and it's fresh pasta noodles. We expect breakdancing while making a steak video ASAP. Do it for the community. Did you bust those moves from the movie White Chick where Terry Crews is on ecstasy at the club? Yeah, something like that. I'm very not sure I saw that. You saw my earlier post, but have you looked at? Um, have I looked at IVR? Touched $2.60 yesterday. I have not. I mean, we can. I've not touched $2.60 yesterday. Well, right now it's down 17% after being up 65%. That's pretty damn great. From $1.60 from where it opened to a high of $2.68. That's a decent gain, a really decent gain. You could have, I mean, not doubled your money, but you could have increased it quite a bit. Um, that's definitely great. It increased about a little over $1. So you could have got a large gain out of that. And then even in the after hours market, it touched around $2.76. So looks good. I don't know why it ended up moving that level. Uh, People like that well done are different. Oh, people that like it well done are a different breed, man. Yeah, I would agree with you. First time I had fresh pasta, I realized how bad we've been living with dried pasta all those years as a kid. Yes, I 100% agree with you. AMC is making a little bit of a move. Um, it's up. It's almost close to 5% up. Let's see if we could see this really make that move. I hope it goes against my overall prediction in resisting at 40 and falling down to actually being a bad day. I hope it stays a great day across the board, and we see AMC break 40, break 45, hopefully break 47, get some of my money back on this damn option contract. I know I won't break even unless it goes to about 53, but I'm okay with that. Hold on, why would you want to pay $60 for beef jerky? First of all, who's paying $60 for a steak? Because I think the most I've ever paid was probably 47, and that was in a really high end restaurant in Lancaster. I mean, really high. We walked into this place and we were like, well, good thing we dressed for the occasion, because it was a Valentine's Day dinner. I knew it was going to be kind of upscale, but a lot of times those upscale places now still look at where people are wearing very casual things. But this place had like maybe 10 tables, and um, every single guy was in a suit, every single woman was in like a very fancy dress, and luckily we looked the part because if we go out for Valentine's Day, I'm wearing a suit and everything. But it you were at Applebee's, huh? Applebee's, 190 pound for a steak in London. Gold was nice, but way overpriced. Yeah, I would like to pay a lot for a steak as long as it really is good. I've had um different steaks. Yeah, I would say the most I've ever paid was $47. Um, they generally stay around the range of like 46, 42 to 46. But yeah, if I could go to like Hell's Kitchen or go to one of Gordon's restaurants and get a steak, I would love it. But then again, I would like to eat everything because every time I um, go out to eat, there's so many things that seem so delicious that I just want to try it all. Not even like eat it all. I just want to try it all. I would imagine in LA you would have higher prices because the cost of living is higher. My nose just fully itches. We have 8 minutes until the end of this stream. I know we've been talking about food a lot, and I am starving. So thank you for making this the worst 30 minutes of my life because my stomach is nonstop growling. Worked in a steakhouse for 22 years, and I always found it entertaining the people that order well done or even burnt and cover it in A1 sauce or ketchup. Yeah, I know. I I told my mom this when I took her out to eat. She was like, I don't want any pink or anything like that. I want it to be well done." And I'm like, "You you need, you know what?" I ordered her a medium well, and I said, "Look, you won't need A1 sauce, you won't need anything like that." And she ate it and she was like, "This is amazing." So I was like, "All right, well, you're going to eat your steaks like this from now on." it's not going to hurt you. It's more juicy to where you don't need A1 sauce. Now, if you look at those buy walls, we got a buy wall at $37.50. We got another buy wall at $37.70. Oh, that just went through. Wow. That just went through and jumped up quite a bit. We also have sell walls that are sitting at $37.95 and $38. We also have one at $39. Not really huge walls though. This is a huge wall down here at $37.50. So if it does break down here, we're going to see a little bit of an increase as we see that. That's good. Goes to Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. Yes, I'll have the chicken tenders, please. It's funny. Guys, if you have any like AMC memes or memes in general, please go over to my subreddit, and I want to be able to review that. I took time away from the subreddit so that I can get into there and look at all the different memes. So if you guys have any memes, go to my subreddit, the Perry Experience subreddit. Um, you will see it in the description, but I also have it here if you guys want to see it. Perry Experience subreddit. I don't want to take a look at anything here because I don't know if anything was updated. We have 113 members. If you guys want to become a member here, definitely do so because I would love to review this subreddit. Right now, let's look at the Ortex data. Let's see what's going on with AMC. Still not updated yet. Still says NA, but we're looking at 91.31 on the utilization. We're going to see that the shares on loan is 101. We're also looking at the short interest for free float at 15.75%, which is 80 million point five 57 or 80.57 million. I like A1 sauce. It's pretty good. Nope. Good morning. Doing your channel about 4 minutes ago and heard you say um, you're good at pop locking and dropping, but not windmilling. Took me a second. Good morning. Yes, everything is well. No, I'd rather those lemon pepper tendies. These tendies are raw. Basically, what we would say, what Gordon would say. When is your Netflix special? What Netflix special? What is? All right, we have 509 people here, guys. Hit the like button one more time before this stream ends. Hit that like button. It does help out the channel a bunch. My nose itches, so I have to go like I don't know, wash my face again, put some lotion on. I don't know what stops your nose from itching. I need some raw or some crawfish. I swear, the other day I had some crab legs for the first time in like I don't know 10 years maybe, and they were amazing. Mahalo and mahalo for your stream. I don't know what that means. Are you staying on for the day? No. Put garlic cloves on your nose for 20 minutes. Is that real? Why is everyone messaging me what I do? I'm trying to drive to work and I can't read them. I'm allergic to shellfish, so okay. Oh, mahalo for your stream. That means thank you. What? Well, you're welcome. Thank you for being here. Matt, did you hear about the hedge funds finding a yeah, we'll detox your hey, I don't know if all that's true. I don't know if I believe stuff. I don't believe things anymore. All right. So yeah, there's the Ortex data. Let's see where AMC actually is before we end this stream. Right now we're at 5%. We also want to look at GME as well. I am starving. It looks like AMC is on the way up. Let's see if we can continue this. A lot of times, we want to see this towards the last hour, last 30 minutes. I just hope it doesn't turn over in the last 30 minutes and fall down. But I think we're going to see some good movement from the start, and I hope it continues and doesn't resist strong at 40, and then pulls back hard. I hope that it continues on the way up, pushes past 40, gets to like 43, 45, 47, jumps about 50%. That will be phenomenal to see that type of movement. Right now, we're seeing about what 2 million shares worth of volume in the market open. Look at AMC here. Look at Fidelity, and we're seeing 2.3 million shares in the market open for um, AMC, which is really, really good. We have GME that's up 4.5% or $7.62, up to $174.05. That's good. Matt, why no living in a van or true crimes videos from you? They're all the rage. I don't know. Great podcast, Monday to Friday if you're looking for one. I would love to be able to create a podcast daily and have somebody else edit it. So that would be amazing to do that. But the thing is I don't know how much traction I would get from that. So I don't know um, what I can pay like the employee that's going to edit it. So I would have to build the podcast, actually be able to edit it every single day, which is going to be tough. We are seeing a little bit of an increase here, up to $38.05, $38.09. Seeing a good move here. Anyways, guys, this is it. It's 9:01. I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Thank you guys for being here. Check out some of my other channels. Definitely go over to my channel link and subscribe to the Matt Reacts channel, the Perry Experience channel, the MP Shorts channel, all of that stuff. I appreciate everyone here. You do like a daily stock market wrap up podcast. That would be fun. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that would be good. But we'll figure all that stuff out. Anyways, like I said, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check out a lot of my other videos. Check out the links in the description. Definitely get your free stocks with Webull down in the description below. I hope we're going to see a good day, and we break past that 50% gain mark. That would be phenomenal. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here.